Tonight at 9, weapons stash seized. 3D printed ghost guns among the illegal stockpile discovered in Maryland. Police calling a suspect armed and dangerous. We've got the latest. And election debrief. Local races for Congress now called, except for one. Plus, what's next for the presidential transition this week and where new threats were made to local elections offices. And a big rig fire had shut down parts of busy 295 in D.C. today. The work that crews did knocked down those intense flames.
And our weather is going to be changing this weekend. We're finally going to see some showers in the forecast. We'll talk about that coming up in just a few moments.
And the Women's March returns, hearing from attendees and what the message they're hoping to send after the 2024 election.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Good Saturday evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 9 o'clock. I'm Ben Dennis. We begin tonight in the district. Police are looking for the person responsible for a deadly shooting at Rock Creek Cemetery. It happened late this afternoon. DC News Now's Dave Laval joins us from there with the latest information. Dave.
Well, good evening, Ben, and as you can see behind me, police remain on the scene here as they try to find out what triggered this deadly shooting. Here's what we do know. Police responded to a call about a shooting around 4:45 this afternoon. They found the body of an adult man in an area of the cemetery right behind an apartment building along First Street Northwest. The victim's name will not be released until his family is notified. Police said they're looking for a black man with a dark complexion who wore a white medical mask, black jacket, black denim shoes, black denim jeans and black shoes. You're asked to contact DC Police if you have any information. That's the scene here right now as we're live at Rock Creek Cemetery in Northwest. Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, staying in the district, fire crews put out this fire after a tractor-trailer went up in flames along Eastern Avenue in Northwest earlier today. This is on 295. Fire officials responded to the crash between the trailer and a refrigerator truck around 10:15 this morning. Hazmat units, they were on scene to pump out diesel to prevent it from spilling into the road. Officials say nobody was hurt. Well, first responders rescued a driver and a dog from a car after it crashed into a light pole in Northeast overnight. Officials responded to Washington Place and Rhode Island Avenue after the car turned on its side. The driver and the dog were both taken out through the roof. The driver is in the hospital with serious injuries. Animal control is helping the dog. And the cleanup is continuing after a violent night in the Shaw neighborhood in Northwest DC. Somebody shot out several windows of the Medley apartments along Peace Street shortly after 9:30 last night. Police also responded to a shot fired at a nearby building along 7th. DC police reported bullets damaged several cars. Thankfully, there have been no reports of any injuries or suspects in this case, rather. Well, in Maryland, fire officials say 5 adults, 2 kids are without a home tonight. After this fire in Clinton, officials responded to the house on Killarney Street around 6 p.m. They say the fire started outside and spread into the interior. Nobody was hurt. Well, over to your top story in Maryland. 80 guns, including 3D printed ghost guns, were seized from a home in St. Mary's County Thursday night. We're just getting word of this. Authorities are looking for a man they consider armed and dangerous. You'll see him in just a moment. The sheriff's office says they were called to a home on Goddard Road in Lexington Park Thursday night around 9:23 for a domestic assault call. They say that Jared Adam Taylor left before deputies arrived, and they found the extensive collection of weapons, including several 3D printed ghost guns, which don't have serial numbers, plus 1,300 rounds of ammunition, devices to turn semi-automatic guns into fully automatic ones, as well as armor. Deputies say Taylor was already barred from owning guns because of prior convictions and was already wanted for an outstanding warrant for theft. He is facing new charges. Anyone who may know where Taylor is urged to call 911. Time is 9:04. Over to your forecast meteorologist Scott Zimmer. Scott, we have some rain that's on the way.
Yeah, I haven't talked about that in a long time here on the weekend, Ben, but we're going to see some. Right now we have clouds starting to come in from the west already out towards western Maryland, parts of the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, and extending into D.C. We're seeing more and more clouds build here. Of course, the brighter white clouds, the higher the tops of those clouds, and those are the ones that generally contain a little bit of moisture. Here we go. Rain chances Sunday and into early Monday. Monday afternoon will be fine, and then Tuesday and Wednesday dry. Thursday we'll also have another opportunity of seeing some light showers in the forecast. So what about the morning checklist for your Sunday? We got the clouds in play. A jacket, yeah, maybe needed early if you go out for an early service. And an umbrella, hey, something I haven't checked off in a while across the area. How about the headlines? So we've got those showers arriving on Sunday, a breezy start to the week, a cool midweek, and a few more showers like I mentioned on Thursday. We'll show it to you along with the temperatures for the next 7 days coming up in just a bit. Ben?
All right, Scott, some sad news out of Frederick, Maryland tonight. The city has announced former Mayor Jim Grimes has died. Grimes served as mayor between 1994 and 2002. The Lewiston, Maryland native also served on the board of Frederick Memorial Hospital and as the president of the Great Frederick Fair's board of directors. Grimes was 85 years old. Well, turning to your local election headquarters, several Maryland boards of election buildings were evacuated yesterday because of bomb threats. That's according to the state administrator of elections and Governor Wes Moore. Everybody is reportedly safe. The governor says those behind those threats will be held responsible. But the state administrator of elections saying, quote, safety is top concern, but we will resume canvassing. Cowardly threats, whether from abroad or not, shall not deter us. Every vote counts. Count every vote. Well, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin now saying that he will not seek a cabinet position in President-elect Trump's new administration. Youngkin says he's proud of the election results and looking forward to the president's plans for the border and economy, but says he's happy where he is in Virginia.
And yes, this election was fair, and the outcome was a resounding statement across America that we want strength back in the White House. He also knows that I am committed to finishing my term as governor, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I have committed to him to be a great ally for him from my seat as governor in Virginia.
Youngkin's term as governor ends January 2026. And a live look at the White House. That's where President Biden announced that he will meet President-elect Trump this week at the Executive Mansion as part of the peaceful transfer of power. Officials say the two will meet in the Oval Office Wednesday morning. Trump's team has not commented on the upcoming meeting. Well, you've probably heard about those racist texts that were sent to many people in the black community across the country this week and at home. On the heels of the presidential election, some feeling victimized believe the actors are feeling emboldened. I spoke with one woman who received one of those texts and caught up with those on campus of HBCU, Howard University in D.C.
We honestly just can't escape racism no matter where we are.
I feel like this election has given a lot of people an excuse to maybe be openly racist.
It's hurtful, but like I said, it's just a distraction.
Just some thoughts shared at Howard University Friday after members of the black community received texts like this. You have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Bring all of your belongings. Anyone who runs away or doesn't show up will be killed.
It was directed towards me in a way that I was slave labor.
Holly Holiday in Hyattsville, Maryland, got one of those texts and quickly became frustrated.
What got me to the point of being angry is how widespread it was being received by other people, and particularly young voters who are way more vulnerable to this kind of behavior.
Students in Montgomery County also were among those who received those texts, according to an email sent to staff and parents from the public school district Thursday. The FBI says it's in contact with the Justice Department about the situation as a whole. What would you say to the young kids on the receiving end of these texts?
Acknowledge however they are feeling about that, number one, and remind them that as a community, we have been through worse, and that is why it's important to lean on community.
Who's behind those texts are unknown, but they are understandably getting swift condemnation, including from attorneys general in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. If you received one of those texts, D.C. police have some advice. We've got that on our website, dcnewsnow.com, in order to report it. Well, staying in the nation's capital, the Women's March returned today, this time protesting Donald Trump's election win. The group taking over Columbus Circle earlier today to stand up for women's rights. One person who participated says the event is about reminding women all their voices are heard and they matter.
Rights are everybody's rights, and everyone is at risk, even though they don't think they are. We are not powerless, that our voices matter, and that we can take action.
March organizers say they will be back to demonstrate in D.C. once again on January the 18th. That is 2 days before Inauguration Day. Over in Maryland, the National Harbor kicking off the holiday season at the Capitol Wheel. Nonprofit A Soldier's Child Foundation hosting a special event for kids of fallen soldiers. They got a chance to spend some time with old St. Nick and Mrs. Claus before getting a personalized gift. One mom says the event helps her children feel a sense of community around the holidays.
You don't want your kids to feel alone or to feel different and to watch them struggle. They were so excited to come here to see some of their friends, to see some of the counselors that have really just made them feel a part of something bigger and to feel that extra love. It has really been a healing thing for me as a mom.
The nonprofit says they hope the event brings awareness to what these young kids are going through this holiday season. Sticking with the holiday spirit, the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree has just arrived in the Big Apple. The 74-foot Norway spruce from Massachusetts was hoisted in place by a crane in Manhattan Center Plaza this morning. Officials say it will take 5 miles of light strands with more than 50,000 LED bulbs to wrap that tree. This is the first Rockefeller Center Christmas tree to come from Massachusetts since 1959.